Hi, my name is Kat, and I'm going to go over the lost city of Petra, Jordan. Petra is located in the country of Jordan. It's in the Middle East. It's near Saudi Arabia, Egypt, Syria, Iraq, and present-day Israel. So Petra is derived from the Greek language. It means stone or rock. It was inhabited since ancient times, the 6th century BC to be more specific. The city began to prosper after the Nabateans, which was a nomadic Bedouin tribe, settled there. They made Petra their capital. The Nabatean people began developing trades with caravans, and they would actually trade incense and spices. Unfortunately, though, in 8th century BC, or around that time, the city began being abandoned because these trade routes had changed, and also Petra was experiencing a series of earthquakes. Petra sat empty up until 1812 when a Swiss explorer rediscovered the area, and he was named Jean-Louis Burckhardt. As you can see in this image here, this shows the trade routes that the Nabatean people would take from Petra, Jordan, all the way to Gaza, which is current day occupied Palestine. The historical monuments and features of Petra include the royal tombs, the obelisk tomb, the Great Temple, El Dair, and El Khazne, among others. Here we could see El Khazne and El Dair. El Khazne, which is also known as the treasury, is a tomb that is unfortunately unavailable to the public. However, it is an empty tomb, so there's not much to see inside. El Dair, on the other hand, is an unfinished tomb facade that was actually used as a church during the Byzantine times. Here we could see how big the Nabatean Empire really was. It covered majority of Jordan, part of Israel, present-day Israel, and part of present-day Egypt, and part of present-day Saudi Arabia. And it was actually a really good portion of Saudi Arabia that it included. On the other side, we could see the Valley of Petra and the landscape. It's not a flat landscape we could see. It's rocky, it's mountainous, and it also makes sense because the buildings are made out of rock. The historical demographics of the area, Nabatean population roughly was 20,000 people. They spoke Arabic and dialect. However, they did use Aramaic for their inscriptions, and they also used Aramaic when they were talking to their neighbors in terms of commercial and official purposes. Their primary religion was the Nabatean religion. They were polytheistic, believing in more than one god, and they worshipped in temples and high places. The demographics and culture of Jordan today, it is predominantly Muslim, Sunni Muslim to be more specific, 92%. They take part in Ramadan and celebrate Eid. Ramadan is part of the five pillars. It's kind of embedded in the religion. Women are to be dressed modestly. Petra population was about, or is about 6,831 people. They speak Arabic. More specifically, they speak Jordanian Arabic or Levantine Arabic, also known in the broader Middle East. The architecture of Petra is very important to archaeologists and historians today. The city is also known as the Rose City because of the color of the stone. Nabateans carved the city buildings using a technique called rock cut architecture. And the city actually contains an innovative water management system. Because of the heavy rainfall that they would receive, they built a flood bypass tunnel area to gather water and to give back to the residents. So the aqueducts would actually carry water from the mountains to reservoirs for the occupants of Petra. The climate, on the other hand, is dry and hot. They have short, cool winters, and you could see in the graph, it shows the climate from 1991 to 2020 in Jordan. You can see the minimum temperatures, max temperatures, and even the mean temperatures in this graph. You kind of get an idea of how dry and hot it could be. Weathering damage on Petra monuments is quite common. They tend to happen because of earthquakes and floods, but also because of the water and humidity and salt that were found in the area. The Petra region is primarily composed of sedimentary rock, so we can kind of acknowledge that, rock is a natural substance. It is bound to be a victim of weathering. And then you can see in those images, you can kind of see the weathering. You can kind of see it like figure 1.3, weathering damage on tomb number 70. These are specifically from a reading that I had actually put in my references. And so if you want more information on that, you can go ahead and see it in the references. Let me know if you have any questions, and I hope you learned a thing or two about Petra Jordan. Thank you.